This is my self-portrait presentation for my Introduction to Humanities class. I apologize that my PowerPoint presentation does not allow me to just automatically go into the next slide, and my computer is very basic, but I hope you can enjoy it. The first piece that I chose is called the Bald Knob Cross of Peace, and the reason I picked this piece is because it's located in southern Illinois, which is around where I was born. The Bald Knob Cross of Peace was first thought of and designed by Reverend W.H. Lyerly and Wayman Presley in 1937. Their idea for the Bald Knob Cross of Peace was that people of all religious denominations would have a place that they could come together and worship. They thought of it as a means of bringing peace and unity. The Bald Knob Cross of Peace was officially completed in 1963. It was constructed out of 900 heavy-duty gauge steel panels and had white porcelain veneer finishing. The Bald Knob Cross of Peace is located in Jackson County in southern Illinois, near Marion County where I was born. The Bald Knob Cross of Peace can be seen for 7,500 square miles. My second piece that I chose was called Mother and Child, 1938, by Henry Moore. Henry Moore constructed the sculpture out of elm wood. It's an abstract sculpture, but Henry Moore used a lot of influences from European modernism and non-Western art. I liked Henry Moore's pieces because he liked to show the nurturing nature of mothers, but he also showed how they were influenced by the world. There is also a couple of pieces that demonstrate how mothers were affected by the war. This piece is relative to me because when I think of myself, the first thing I think about is the fact that I am a mother, and my children are the most important part of my world. They are one of the biggest influences on who I am and all of my decisions. My third piece that I chose is probably the most famous. I think everybody has seen it, and it's called The Thinker. This was constructed in 1880, and it's a bronze statue that is 6 foot, and it sits in the Rodin Gardens in Paris, France. The Thinker was originally called the Poet, and it was made to represent Dante's Inferno from the Divine Comedy. The Thinker appears to be looking down on hell and the people that are suffering there. A lot of people are drawn to the Thinker because he has a very solemn and pensive look upon his face as he leans forward and looks down. My fourth piece was called The Risen Christ, and it's a very, very old piece that is said to be dated back to 1490. This is a mixed media piece, and it is 109 by 73 centimeters and is located in Madrid, Spain. This is a religious piece, and the painting shows a very pale Jesus Christ with various shades of red tones and hues to show the effects of the crucifixion on him. The reason that I like this piece is because that unlike other pieces of art from this time period, the risen Christ does not show the crown of thorns, but rather shows him as he would seem after he was resurrected in his triumph over death. The dark structure that is located behind him in the painting is supposed to represent the tomb from which he rose. This is a representation of my own faith and how it has helped me get through on life. I enjoyed the expression on his face, and I liked how the colors really reflected everything. But most of all, I liked that it showed that he was able to have his triumph over it. The last piece that I chose was a poem by Maya Angelou and from 1978 called Still I Rise. She was an author, poet, and civil rights activist. This piece of art represents feminist and racial struggles in the world that she faced in her own life being a woman of color. The theme of the poem is how she rose above her struggles despite what the world thought of her or how she was treated. It represents her hopeful determination to become more than the world expected or thought she could. The poem goes, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like the hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. I really enjoy this poem because I feel like it helps me with my own struggles throughout life and some of the hard times that I've gone through. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching. I hope you were able to enjoy it somewhat.